So bear with me. This is still a stream of consciousness thought. But this segment is going to be something that I want to call Help Me Understand. Cue the music. Hopefully I find something good for that section. What is going on, my friends? I am so happy that you are here joining me on another episode of What's Your One Thing? The show where I attempt to break down personal development strategies into easy, actionable tips and tricks that you can do as soon as this episode is over. And we might be putting that on the back burner. Now bear with me. I had this epiphany, this idea, and apparently a frog in my throat. Okay, so for my job, we are sponsoring a festival that is happening in our area. It is called Mile of Music.
Everybody having a good time at Mile of Music?
Mile of Music is a handcrafted festival that features original music from emerging artists. Broadly, it's Americana and roots style music, alt country, indie, rock, jazz, folk, bluegrass, and in nearly 70 venues with up to 200 different artists and bands performing over 4 days. It's a lot of music and a great time.
Now, this is a huge international festival that is right in my hometown, right in my backyard, in Appleton, Wisconsin. It brings artists in from all over the country, all over the world, really. We've got people coming in from England, the UK, Canada, Netherlands, I think just so many different places. So many artists love this festival so much, and it got me thinking. I don't understand music at all. And I would like to, because music is beautiful. Music can make you feel things. It can transport you visually, or it can transport you spiritually to another time, another place. And it just has this sense of community to it that I don't quite understand. So bear with me. This is still a stream of consciousness thought. But this segment is going to be something that I want to call Help Me Understand. Cue the music. But just like that, cue the music. I want to know, or I need help understanding music. Help me understand music. The first time, and this memory is burned into my brain, the first time somebody ever asked me, "What music do you listen to, Jordan?" I was probably 6 or 7. And you know what came out of my mouth? Eminem and Elvis.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on...
Now, I don't know if I actually could name an Elvis or Eminem song at that point, but I froze, I panicked, because most people have a favorite band. They have a favorite genre. And I didn't. Music just wasn't on my hierarchy of things that I paid attention to. And it's always kind of bothered me that I didn't care for music, or it just didn't make me feel the same way that it made other people feel. And I'd like to understand why. Like, somebody explain to me how to make music, how to compose music, how music makes you feel. And maybe by listening to the stories of others, I can understand music myself. So that's what I would like to do. I'm going to be interviewing musicians. I'm going to be researching music, the background, different styles. I want to get immersed in this topic. And I think now is a great time because I have 3 months before this music festival takes place right in my backyard, and I will have access to literally hundreds of artists and thousands of fans. It's going to bring in 100,000 people plus into the Fox Valley, and I just want to immerse myself in something that I know nothing about, and I'm super excited. So these are going to be mini segments within the podcast called Help Me Understand. So if you are a listener and you really understand music, if you are an artist or just a mega fan, if you have this feeling about music that you just could tell me about, I would love to hear from you. You can send me that at what'syourone@gmail.com. That's the words what's your, the number one, and the word thing @gmail.com. I'm super excited to deep dive into this. Like I said, I've never had a sense of community, and I think that is my biggest hurdle of never really falling in love with music, because if you fall in love with a certain genre, it kind of pigeonholes you to that group, that demographic. And I never wanted to be able to be held inside of a group. Now, this is some deep-rooted issues on my own part, but I think I'm past that now, so I'd love to fall in love with music. Again, there's these things that happened as a child. I'll never forget. My friends were into metal bands or hard rock, and in 6th grade, I had a Korn t-shirt. I think maybe we'll put it up over here on the side, just oversized, drowning in my 4'3" stature with a probably 6-foot tall t-shirt. And somebody came up to me and they said, "Can you name 3 songs from Korn?" And I couldn't. I didn't listen to Korn. I mean, I'd heard Korn songs and they were okay, but it wasn't my thing. I got called a poser. I just got ridiculed. And I remember that feeling of never wanting to feel like that again. Never wanting somebody to be able to have this control over me. Not control over me, but this domain of like, hey, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. You can't wear something if you don't know their music. And that has just been burned into my soul. I will not wear graphic tees. I don't wear band t-shirts if I don't know any of the music. So I need to get over some of these clearly deep-rooted issues, and I am super excited. This is something that I think is going to be really fun. I think this is going to be an interesting segment and potentially interesting to you. We're going to learn about music. We're going to learn about composition. We're going to learn about what does music mean to you? What does music mean in the grand scheme of the universe, the world? Like, what is the purpose of music? It has to have a purpose. It feels like it does. There's these rhythms, these flows. There's just so much to learn, and I'm super excited. So buckle up and get ready to help me understand music. All right, folks. Hopefully next week I've got a musician. I've got somebody that can teach us all about music. That's it. Jordan out. Have a fantastic week, my friends, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Peace. Flippity dippity. Flip side. You can't even tell how sunburnt I am in here. Maybe I just look tan right now. Can you tell? I think I'm tanning out, guys. I'm tanning out. Okay, that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm gonna leave you here now. We gotta get some more bloopers. Let's put these on backwards. Okay. And we'll take a sip. I am so excited you're here on another episode of What's Your One Thing? You know, that show where your host Jordan, that's me, tries to break down personal development tips and tricks, and that's not how it goes. Okay, peace out, Girl Scouts.